So I want you to please imagine that these 4 individuals are different temperatures. Imagine this is room temperature, boiling water temperature. So what is this temperature? This temperature is room temperature. So it's not boiling water, but it's not cold. Is that correct? This is fridge temperature. So nothing here is frozen, but it's cold, right? And then we have freezer temperature. I want you to see impartations as ice block. So in a meeting like this, imagine the angels distribute ice block for everybody. Same size of ice block. And your environment back at home is like all we have said it shouldn't be. Plenty of strife, worrying, complaining, and so on and so forth. Wrong association. You can add that to, that's part of energy dousers. Those persons who continually speak doubt and unbelief and trigger those things I've said, it should not be there. Imagine it is hot water. How many minutes or hours or days will it take for the ice block to melt? Can we agree? How many hours, how many days will this impartation last? But remember that this person fell under the power. Don't forget. Fell under the power, and we can't even recognize this person again. They had to carry him home. That's how I like it. I'm remembering some things. But the temperature back at home is hot water. How long will this impartation last? Within seconds, this person needs another conference. Yes or no? Yes. And trust me, they are very quick to register for the next conference. They are in every conference looking nothing like the conferences. Because the temperature back at home is what? Is hot water. Nothing given stays. It's like pouring water into a basket. There's no man of God they've not met. There's no hand has not been laid on them. Leg has been laid on them. They have bathed all oil, every oil you can imagine. They have olive oil. I'm sure that oil is there again. How can somebody use palm oil? Is there palm oil? What about the room temperature? How long will it take before the impartation is gone? Depending on the size of the block, right? So maybe minutes, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, right? What about fridge temperature? How long will it take before the ice block melts? It's possible it goes 12 hours, right? Or even 24 hours. Ice block. It might take a day, right? Or 2 days. Okay. What if it's inside the freezer temperature? How long will that impartation last? Till Jesus comes. No epileptic prayer life. No epileptic fire experience. Every day of the year you meet that person. The leaves are green. The fruits are out. The fire is burning. What's the secret? Environment. So right now as I'm speaking, somebody needs to be writing what no longer will be around you. Start canceling things out and start putting things in. Some of you need to reach out to certain persons and say, help me. I need fire. Let's burn together. My sister, let's bond together night after night. I need help. Some of us need to be sincere with ourselves. You are not on fire. Reach out for help. How do you know you're not on fire? Your desire is gone. It doesn't mean you have left the WhatsApp group of the church page. Are you getting what I'm saying? You are sitting there, you are still writing, you are even typing fire. There's no problem with that. That's not the same thing as being what? On fire. When you see the unsaved, does your heart beat? If it's not beating, there's something wrong with the fire. Because you're fine with them burning in hell forever. And you say you're on fire? Because your tongues is the loudest in church? So as I'm speaking, begin to decide what will be from now and what will no longer be. You don't owe certain persons even an apology for cutting them off. Your destiny comes first. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? You don't owe anybody an apology. How do you stand before Jesus and tell him it's because of your friend? You didn't know how she will feel. She has been your friend for 10 years. You really think you can say that to Jesus? I declare the will and boldness, the resolve to do what you need to do for your next level is released now in the name of Jesus. Now, what if what was given was already melting? It wasn't even serious fire, and it lands here. What will happen? Huh? And that's why you see some people, you're wondering, how? We're in the same meeting. I was there too. In fact, the man of God didn't lay hands on you. It was me he laid hands on. He called me out. He prophesied and said, I see nations, 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 nations. All those nations will be inside your bedroom. And somebody at the back just walked in 15 minutes to the end of the service and lifted his hands and said, I receive. And goes back with that fire, with the right environment. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? Celebrate them as they go back. Thank you so much. So I had learned to pay more attention to the structures that preserve the product, so that many years today, I will look like what God has invested in my life all these years.